We shall start with our discussion with Python variables. We know that in any programming language, we define some variables. So variables are nothing but some named memory locations. So how many memory locations will be defined under one variable? That will be decided by its ticker tape. That is a side of the data. So here we are having the Python variables. So in Python variables, the location used to store data in the memory. Each variable must have a unique name called identified. So depending upon the type of variable, the number of bytes going to be occupied that will be decided. And the memory address of that memory block will be having a name which is accessible from that programming goal. So that will make the programmers easy to write. The corpus in Python variables do not need declension to dissolve memory space. The variable declension are the variables. Initialization happens automatically when we assign a value to a variable. So there is no need to define all variables at the beginning of the code. Like in our C++, we always write all the variables and the respective prototypes in the beginning of our code. Only we can use them in the respective successive codes. But that constraint is not there in Python variable declaration and it can be done in the same segment. So here to see this account is equals to 100. emp underscore name is equals to Robin and say age 1, age 2, age 3 equals to 44, 37, 22. So in this way you see that this particular line the variable age 1 is 2, 3, the airport. Their respective variables have got initialized. And here you see here we put the indigo values so the variable will have their respective prototype indicates. So in this way we can have multiple variables can be initialized and can be declared in the same statement. And this is a syntax in which we are writing. So there is no need to put the semicolon at the end of the Python statement. So that's why no semicolon is there. So that's why this is a way to define and also to initialize variables. A constant is a type of variable whose value cannot be changed. And it is helpful to think of constants and containers that hold information which cannot be changed later on. So that's right. The constant is not amber variable which will be holding a value, but the value cannot be later on changed. So naming conventions for variables and constants is in Python. So that is the nomenclature should be proposeful. We all know that it is good program aspect is the best practices for developers and programmers. Is that variable named the function point. The class name should be purposeful. A very readable name. I should get the idea. What is the purpose of the variable and what kind of value it is supposed to hold that use username. There is a camel guest notification. What is meaning of camel gets its channel? The first letter will be in the lowercase, but the next two words, if there are multiple words in the variable name, they will be starting with the capital letters and the rest of the letters will be in the lowercase. So use capital letters to represent a constant symbols like you are at the root of hash. Exclamation dollar, percentage, extract should not be used. Don't start with the digit that is very common in the previous video also. We have also shown you that one variable is not a valid variable name, but variable 1 is valid weight of the name. So constants are put into functions, models, and meant to be meant changed to 1. As I discussed earlier, the constants cannot be changed later on. So constants and variable names should have the combination of letters and lowercase that is small a to small z and uppercase letters that is capital A to capital Z or digits to 0 to 9 or an underscore. These are the valid characters in naming conventions. So let's go further discussion with some demonstration for easier understanding. In this session, we are discussing and demonstrating how do different constants and variables. So constants in Python can be defined. It's a common practice to write all constants name all in the capital letters. So pi is equals to 3.1. For gravities, it is equals to 9.8. We are going to define that how that variables can be defined and how to declare variables, how to assign variables in Python on them. So easy to apply. So now it is available as the Apple is up to date text and string. So it will get printed. Now we'll go for the execution. Now let's type the command like print pi, and now let's execute the command. If I go for part 2 execution, it will look like this. So basically a equals to apple. So it, when we write the command print a, it prints apple. Then next, changing value of a variable, second condition. A equals to, I have given the value as aeroplane. So it prints aeroplane. So next time if I print a equals to 100, it will print 100. We can assign multiple values to a variable, like the fourth condition, sorry. B comma C comma D equals to 1 comma 2.5 comma hello. Print B comma C comma. The output is displayed as 1 2.5 hello. You have got the output. Assigning the same value to a multiple variables. This is the another condition. B equals to C equals to D equals to 5. We have printed it and also executed it. The output is 555.